Hey everyone. I don't know if I was going to say happy Sunday, but it's not necessarily happy for 49ers fans. The worst news of the night is that Brandon Aiyuk likely tore his ACL. So he will probably have season-ending surgery, and the 49ers will have to go ahead without him. Always hate to hear that a player has suffered a season-ending injury. This time it's Brandon Aiyuk ACL. So rough day for the offense with Brandon Aiyuk being out and then Deebo Samuel dealing with an illness. Apparently, he couldn't catch his breath. He was on oxygen on the sidelines. Eventually, they had to scratch him he went to the locker room a couple minutes before the half. He did not return. So, outside of that, that's really the big news of the day. Otherwise, just another sloppy performance by the 49ers. Now, there were a few bright spots. The 49ers pass defense was good. Brock Purdy did not have a great day, but neither did Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was 16 of 27. He threw two interceptions. His passer rating was 44.4, the lowest passer rating of his entire career. Brock Purdy, 17 of 31 for 212 yards, three interceptions, ouch, and his rating was 36.7. Um, so really, uh, beat up wide receivers room. Juwan Jennings is still dealing with a hip injury. Your top three guys are out. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk, Juwan Jennings. So the guys in the huddle, Ricky Pearsall making his NFL debut. Happy for him. Jacob Cowing also got his first NFL reception. Chris Conley and Ronnie Bell. So George Kittle took a lot of the load today and six catches out of his seven targets, 92 yards. No passing or receiving touchdowns in the entire game. Rushing touchdowns only, and that was Brock Purdy running the ball in. Some of the good notes from today, Malik Mustafa. Wow, what a hitter. Um, 12 tackles, led the team in tackles. Incredible for a rookie. That rarely happens. Usually it's Fred Warner who leads the tackles. But Malik Mustafa had an incredible game. One probably his what he was talking about in his welcome to the NFL moment on his Instagram was he got trucked by Patrick Mahomes running on a 1 yard run into the end zone for a touchdown. Um, Other than that, Malik Mustafa played an incredible game. Bernardo Green played a lot more on nickel. So I think the passing defense was good. Deommodore Lenoir got an interception. Kalia Davis tipped the ball up, caught it himself. I spoke to him in the locker room after the game, and he said the ball was up there forever. It happened in slow motion. Um, so a couple good performances, but ultimately the 49ers are playing sloppy football. That drop by Brandon Aiyuk. I don't want to harp on it too much because he's out for the season, but that was a one that would have probably ended up with him getting really close to a touchdown, or at least putting them in range for a field goal. Um, Anders Carlson made a couple, but then also missed an extra point. So that changed how the 49ers, could have been a one score game, but it was a two-score game because the extra point that was missed. Um, just so many mistakes all over the board. And the 49ers are frustrated. I'm sure everybody that's a fan is frustrated. I don't like going into the locker room after a loss because it's just more challenging. I know it's my job, but it really does suck. Um, Try to get guys to talk about something positive, but ask them why things happened. And I mean, basically across the board, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, everybody, Brock Purdy, we're just not playing good enough. And I don't know what it is. I don't think that Kyle Shanahan is on the hot seat. Obviously, execution falls on the coaching staff, but they talk about how they're having great practice. They're just not playing well. There is that. But also, look at the injuries. Christian McCaffrey, update. He could come back maybe after the bye. I do not think he comes back for the Dallas Cowboys game at all. Dre Greenlaw may be back week 10 or 11. This is week 7. They have 10 more games. So I'm not saying that they're going to turn this around guaranteed, but they do still have a chance to turn around. Just missed tackles and bad coverage on kickoffs and punt returns. And I think it's just a tough thing for the defense to balance when a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes is looking like he's going to run out of bounds and then he doesn't. And then so they don't push him out of bounds. Just so many different things in the game that, just sloppy play. Um, I think that Brock Purdy did not have a great game. He's been great in the past, but and I also want to talk about the conversation that Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy had in the locker room. It was a calm conversation. It was not a lecture, as some people have said it is. It was a calm kind of, and I really think that, Brock Purdy said he doesn't have to be Superman. He doesn't have to put the cape on. And I think that's part of what the mentality of a guy who's lost their top three targets in a game ends up trying to do. So I would think that that's kind of what it is. I don't think Kyle Shanahan is a guy who's going to light somebody up, especially when there's media around. I just don't think that's what it is. I actually did not see it because I was talking to Jair Brown and Malik Mustafa on the other side of the locker room. But I do know I spoke to Tim Kawakami who did see it, and he didn't see it that way. He didn't see it as a lecture. He said it as a conversation that ended in a handshake. So Kyle Shanahan knew that the media was there. We're all in the locker room. Kyle Shanahan is not going to embarrass his quarterback like that. It's just not going to happen. So, as much as I don't think Brock Purdy had his best game, clearly his lowest passer rating in his career, I don't think Kyle Shanahan's going to light a guy up in the locker room. It just is not how he operates. I think he could do that on the practice field when no one else is around except teammates. Like I think he did that with the tough love talk that he had with Brandon Aiyuk. I think it's happened to more than just him, but I just don't think he did that to Brock Purdy in front of the media. Just say so. Anyways, tough game, and I think both teams played really sloppily, and they're going to have to get there together to play the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football in just a week. Um, we're going to talk to Kyle Shanahan tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. on a conference call, so I'll have an update after that about what the future holds for Brandon Aiyuk. I do not think they go get another receiver as of yet. They were missing three because Juwan Jennings was out with a hip injury. I do think he comes back soon. They hope to get him back for the Dallas Cowboys game. Deebo Samuel was ill. I think he'll be fine. Also, Ricky Pearsall, another game. I think it'll be good for him. I think he's going to be great. I think these young rookies on the team have been doing a fantastic job, and it just sets the 49ers up well for the future. So I know it's frustrating for everybody watching and also for the players. And I don't have any answers, but hopefully the 49ers do coming up on Sunday when they play the Cowboys. All right. Tuning out for now, but I will keep you updated on anything else I know coming up. All right. Talk to you soon.